Hello, my name is Jason, and welcome back to I Have a Story. Today I'm here to do some more complaining about Facebook. Part of the reason I'm complaining so much about Facebook is for several reasons. One, I believe in true freedom. Freedom is not a safety net. This world has become so soft and so delicate and so just cushioned that nobody can handle anything anymore. Um, uh, Excuse me, I've been having a lot of problems again. I have hardly been able to use my right arm in almost 2 weeks now. And I'm right handed, so I keep trying to grab things with my right arm. I can't even lift up a cup of coffee and take a drink with my right arm. With the nerve damage, I'm limited to what I have in my left arm. I'm having a lot of problems and struggling again. But here's another problem I have with Facebook, and this just happened again. About 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, my neighbor comes down. He's 72 years old. I have several elderly neighbors, and I help a lot of the elderly in my community and any neighborhood I've ever lived in. It's part of what we do as a society. It's part of what I tried raising my children and teaching them to do. Part of this channel is to get that aspect back into people. People have become so selfish. Turn 18, spread my wings, fly. I don't need mommy and daddy no more, and it's all about me. Which still retains into what I'm saying here today with Facebook. With the selfishness, and this is where it's all pushing. I believe there are lines we don't cross. This should not ever be put on somebody's screen. Full naked sexual acts. So 2 weeks ago, my neighbor comes down. He's 72 years old. He said, Jason, will you get on Marketplace for me and look something up? I said, Dennis, I can't. He's the same one you heard about me in my video of Defund the DNR, who he's the one who has the pictures of the dead baby deer scattered in his yard that a wolf just tore to shreds and left sitting there just because he wanted to kill something. Didn't eat a piece of it. Left the whole body just laying there ripped in half. So he asked me to get on there. Hey, I will not get on Facebook Marketplace anymore because the last time I did, there were 2 black guys having sex with 3 white girls, and he goes, I will not watch pornography on my screen. I won't have it. He's a very religious man. He's a Christian. He does not want to see this stuff. He knows the dangers of why you should not be watching this and why it should not be on the screen. You keep putting stuff in front of people's faces, they're going to want it. So I said, Dennis, I can't get on Marketplace for you because they banned me. He looked at me and said, why did they ban you? I said, I am permanently banned from Facebook Marketplace because I posted a bow and arrow for sale. And he said, get out of here. We can put pornography on my screen, but we can't sell a bow and arrow. I said, nope, they consider it a dangerous weapon. When was the last time anybody was killed, committed suicide, mass murder with a bow and arrow? I don't even remember any ever in my life a headline that somebody got killed with a bow and arrow. I don't know how many articles I watch, see, read every day about people getting killed with cars. Okay to put a car on there. Part of why I'm so tired of this is I'm tired of ideology over this stuff. That's what it is. It's ideology. It's not common sense. It doesn't make sense. It's ideology. And I have a problem with ideology going on in this country because it is so delusional. So we can put this on our screen and have multitudes. I've already played one. I already showed one. I haven't screenshotted all of them, and I don't even like putting this on my channel because I'm against it. But I also believe in freedom. You should have the right to say anything about me you want. That's your opinion. Freedom of speech, 100%. Whatever happened to this?
Easy on the goods, darling.
You're despicable.
Sticks and stones, love.
People don't believe in the same old sayings we used to were made us tough, it made us stronger. Instead, we've pushed ideologies that make us weaker. And I'm going to be talking more on my channel, a lot more, about these ideologies and how it's actually making us completely, some of these situations, horrendously worse. Our life and safety and health and well-being tremendously worse, beyond and above this that I'm going to be talking about later in my channel. I can't keep making hours and hours long videos because people don't have time to sit for an hour and watch a video. Part of taking me time to do this is trying to figure out how to do it. And with my other story, that I'm still got a couple videos, I think, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it in one big video. I think I'm gonna make a couple short ones. I'm trying to figure out how to put all this together and do it. And then all the problems I keep getting plagued with these electronics. I don't know how anybody can go to work and deal with this every day. Again, it's another ideology that I'm struggling with. I have to make progress. I am absolutely, just drives me nuts up a wall when I want to get work done and I can't because my electronics don't work. And I go through it on a daily basis where things just don't work. I have to make progress. One of the things I love about building, every single break I take, I can step back and look at progress. I can see a wall being built. I can see siding going up. I can see windows going in. I can see a car that is disassembled by next break, and by next break put back together and running again. That's part of what I love about the kind of work, physical labor, I do. I see progress every day, every step of the way, and my hammer never ever cries, throws a fit, says I need to go take a nap, update me, oh, I need to rest, charge me. No, it just always works. It never breaks, it never fails, it always works. I don't have those frustrations in the jobs. Obviously there's frustrations in every job, and there's other frustrations that are involved. That's one that I just can't stand. And so I want to know. I don't know of a single person who's ever been shot with a bow. I know multitudes, and even in my family, in both of my marriages, because I had wives who both cheated on me. My first wife, I know 3 affairs she had in our marriage. All 3 of those were with friends of ours and friends of mine, who obviously became no longer friends of mine, even though I had a dictator of a wife and a child again, and a marriage I was the one trying to hold together while she's out having affairs because I'm too busy going to school and working 50 hours a week and building a house and trying to give us a life, while she sat and ate bonbons and did nothing all day long. Just did nothing but complain. And how that got twisted around on me. I've had it with all of it. But I want to know, I mean, how is this okay? How is selling a bow and arrow not okay? But showing this on the screen, which destroys many families, it's been part of what's destroyed 2 of mine, my families, my marriages with my children. It's destroyed their lives. Even have people who are dead because of this. I mean, I've contemplated suicide with the women that I've been with and what they've done to me, and with even the affairs they had in our marriage. It hurts people tremendously. And then how many people out there get cheated on, their marriages get destroyed, and it makes them a sour person for the rest of their life. This right here is far more dangerous than a bow and arrow. Watch my last video about the Facebook corruption. Those girls do not look but 16 to me. So now you're flashing what appears. I mean, even if they are 18, it don't even matter. It does not even matter. That's not the point. If they're 18 and look 16, you're pushing it on a reason. There's a reason why you're putting them little young girls on there. Even if they're not young little girls, they look like it, and there's a reason you're doing it. So now how many men are going to go out, oh my God, I'm 50 years old, I want to go find me a little 16-year-old. It's already an urge that people have watching TV and all the publicity and all the sexuality and all the stuff that goes on in our world today already. So if we want to censor something, why are we censoring a bow and arrow and not that? Why'd I have to lift my right arm again? To me, that's more dangerous. To me, that destroys far more lives every single day. When was the last time you heard of anybody being killed with a bow and arrow? How many mass murders have taken place with a bow and arrow? This ideology is driving me nuts. I sold my F-250, and that thing was a diesel, and it was hopped up. I will tell you what, that thing would go at probably, I would say, about 10 to 15 bodies per second if I wanted to use that as a weapon. Far more dangerous than any gun I could purchase. I could literally go into a crowd with a diesel truck, something very powerful, very heavy, and you are not stopping it. Don't matter how many people you put in front of that truck. I could do far more damage with that truck than I could with any gun that's available to me. But yet, our ideology's completely off. We look at a gun as bad because, oh my God, it's so scary. People die every single day from a car. Every single day, people are in car accidents, major injuries and death every single day. But that's okay. I feel like I'm in a land of just complete disillusion. Our problems with the people, with our systems, and with the chaos that's allowed to pursue, not the inanimate object that didn't have any mind, feet, hands of its own. The problems in society. And that's why, in part, I'm here, because I'm so tired. I want a better world than this for my children. I want a safe world for my children. As far as I'm concerned, my life's already coming to an end. If I don't get the help I need, it's very likely going to. So I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my kids and every other kid that's out there. They're the ones who still hopefully have a future left, and I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing this country turning into China. And if you guys think China is so great, go talk to them. Oh, wait, you can't, because they're shut off from communications from the world of saying things that their government doesn't want them to say. They're not allowed to come out and talk about it because their government 110% completely censors them. They're not even allowed to have Facebook in China. Did you know that? And the only social media networks available in China is ones that are owned and controlled, or I shouldn't say, oh God, quit you. I shouldn't say owned. I don't go that deep in the knowledge and research that I've done. But there's no such thing as a business in China that is profitable, especially on the levels of like Apple per se, and these other companies that are very heavily influenced with China and in China and Chinese companies. You cannot in China have a successful business without government influence. Not on those levels. They are all influenced with the government, and the government controls and dictates it all. So if you think freedom of speech doesn't mean anything, then please, I ask you, go spend some time in China and see what it's like. Go live in their world. I don't want to. I can already see it. I don't want that. So, I do disagree with this being on my screen, though. There used to be a day when we actually had laws and rules and stuff that actually made sense. Nowadays, it's just nonsensical to me. None of it makes sense. Can't put a bow and arrow on Facebook because that might hurt somebody. But I could put pornography on Facebook, even what looks like underage girls. That's done far more devastation in our country than any bow and arrow I've ever heard of. But that's okay. And what I really just am so irate about is where I live. It's the only platform available that people use to be able to buy and sell stuff. I am struggling so bad financially, physically, mentally, all of it. But I need an outlet to be able to make some money to be able to pay the minimal bills that I currently have to be able to survive. So I'm stuck with it. I don't have a choice because there's no other outlet here. I don't make a ton of money, but I got bills to pay and I've got to take care of myself, and it's the only outlet I currently have right now to do so. Part of me making these channels is hopefully to try to earn a living and tell my story and let people know what my life has truly been like and what I have gone through. Because trust me, when you hear my story, if any of you are feeling bad about yours, there's not a single person I have met yet that has felt bad about their life and then heard mine and said, wow, I don't feel bad anymore. I guess that's part of why I can handle it. I mean, I just had my first doctor's appointment last week with a new doctor, and explained to her about the assault that happened to me, and that alone. And her eyes went wide open, her jaw hit the floor. She goes, how do you handle that? How do you even deal with it? How do I deal with it? It's all I've ever known. It's what I was raised in. It was what I was. And to be totally honest with you, I'd rather be beaten and tortured for 7.5 hours again than to lose my kids and go through what I'm going through now. I would much rather go through that again than go through losing my kids. And in the end, it might take my life because I can't take it. That hurts me so bad every single day of my life. I can't get anything accomplished. I'm struggling physically, and my mental abilities are struggling because I can't think straight. This is the worst I've ever been in my life mentally. And have all these people who just did so wrong, and the fact that I can 110% prove it. But again, we don't have laws. I can 110% reprove it because I recorded the actual incidences that all these people are lying about. You can't deny it. I've already been airing it. I'm losing my ever living mind over all of this, and this is a country I'm getting even just disgraced to even say I'm American.